My name is Joseph E. Reed. This is the Joy of Practice podcast. And what are some ways that you can incorporate the practice of music into other areas of your life? How can you integrate, overlay doing music into all your life so that you can practice more, you get better, you'll enjoy life more? I have a concept in my mind about integrated practice. Maybe that's a fancy way of saying it, but basically it's just incorporating your practice into your entire life, or at least into other parts of your life. So a big problem that I see and that I've experienced is that there is a separation between music and life. And I see this in school. You take music class, and it's separate from your math class, and it's separate from your language class. And so you start to compartmentalize or put things into specific boxes in your brain and say, hey, never the twain shall meet, Now it's time for music, okay, now it's time for math, now it's time for science. And they're never really connected. And then as we go on in life, similar, we separate different parts of our life from other parts of our life. And sometimes they mix a little bit, but I think if we could look at how to incorporate them more, how to mix them more, it'll help. So this comes a lot with practice and having time for practice. And part of it is defining what does practice look like, what does doing music look like, and so sometimes I may think, well, if practicing is sitting down at the piano and working on these scales, or figuring out how to play this tune, right? Okay, obviously I can't do that while I'm walking, right? Or can I? Maybe there's a way to take these things I'm working on during my music practice, quote unquote, and incorporate them into other times of my life. And a lot of this can be done with some creativity, with some imagination, and just some creative thinking. So right now I'm taking a walk, and it's a habit of mine. Most mornings, I'm not perfect at it, but most mornings I'll get up and I'll take a good walk around the neighborhood before it gets too hot. And I use the time to reflect, to think, to rejoice, to relax, clear my mind, to pray. And what I've been finding is that in this practice of walking, my thoughts will. All right.
How you doing?
Good. Good morning.
Yeah, take care.
You too. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, other things will come to my mind as I'm walking. I'm not just thinking about walking all the time. I got to think about, hey, is this biker gonna hit me? Yeah, but he's good. Okay. So, right now, my main music practice is my performing. And so there are certain songs that I am working on, and there are certain songs that I have, pretty much memorized already. And so what I've done is taking time, even when I'm not with my instruments, taking time to work on my songs, to practice my songs. And really, I just start going through them in my mind. I might just think of the song. If I have my phone with me, I might look it up on YouTube and listen to the song. I may start to map out the song in my head and say, okay, what's the chord progression? Okay, what part I'm going to use guitar? What part I'm going to use a violin? And what's the rhythm here? And on my looper pedal, okay, how many tracks do I need to lay out before I go to the next part of the song. And I actually go through it in my mind. Part of this is the visualization step, what's it called? The supervision step of the practice. That's one of the superpowers, right? And so I can go through and actually practice the song without having the instruments with me. And I'm doing it while I'm walking, so I'm integrating it into another part of my life. So you can do something similar. You know, sometimes people, when they're driving, if you drive, right, or you're riding in the car, right, take some time and just focus your mind on something that you want to practice during your music, right? Go through it in your mind. Imagine yourself doing it. It's very powerful and very effective. Another way of integrating music into your life is to think of other habits that you have. So I was talking about the habit I have of walking, but there's other habits that people have. Sometimes it's a weekly meeting that people go to. People go to church once a week, and say you want to do music, you're practicing music at home, why not step out and say, hey, let me incorporate music into this practice I already have. Can I, watch the praise worship team and see what they're doing and think about the chords they're playing, or maybe I can join them one day, or, so I already have the routine of going and sharing with these people once a week. How can I incorporate music? Or take something really simple like brushing your teeth. I like this one because, it's good to have clean teeth and and a wonderful smile. And hey, while I'm brushing my teeth, what do you do while you're brushing your teeth? Do you think about the morning? Do you think about what happened last night? Do you think, what am I going to have for breakfast? Why not use that time to practice your rhythms, up, up, down, down, Hey, it's a possibility. And you could use that time to focus on some element of music that you're practicing, if you want to. And it just makes it easier to get your practice time in if it's more integrated with the rest of your life. It's kind of like overlaid. So instead of having to carve out 10 or 30 or 60 minutes a day, you can overlay that time on top of other things that are already happening. Another example I have was when I was in junior high, I was in orchestra, in school orchestra, but I also ran track. And I remember as I was running, we run around the track for our warm-ups and practicing for the meets. And I would have music in my head, and the rhythm of the music would be the rhythm that my feet are going. And if I wanted to run faster, I would click up the tempo a few beats per minute. And I had a nice steady rhythm, but I was practicing the music as I was practicing running. So that's just another example. There's probably many, many examples of things that you're doing already in life that you could overlay some elements of your music onto, so you can integrate the practice into your life. That'll save you time. It will also enhance the activities that you're doing. When I was running and I was having the music in my head at the same time, that made my running more fun, right? If I'm brushing my teeth and I have the music going in my head while I'm brushing my teeth, or I'm listening to songs that I want to go over, while I'm getting washed up in the morning, that makes that experience more enjoyable. All you got to do is be intentional about it. So, what are some ways that you can incorporate the practice of music into other areas of your life? How can you integrate, overlay doing music into all your life so that you can practice more, you get better, you'll enjoy life more? Let me know. Once again, my name is Joseph E. Reed. This is the Joy of Practice podcast. And hope to see you later. Okay, bye.